So here, let's do another one on this guy, the real Bible believers. This guy's good, and I have to, but we're just doing comments here, but this is what he's on this here. History of Charlemagne, Otto the Great, and Vikings. Okay? Old Gene Kim, good guy. He's doing Charlemagne, and as you saw, I put on the genealogy of Charlemagne on another channel. I decided to go ahead and give it to him here. This thing was only done a week ago. Here's King Charlemagne's genealogy, and King Alfred, and Rollo the Viking. He's talking about Vikings and this and that. Well, I haven't listened to his video now. The real and absolutely best done by Francis Bacon Trowbridge, 1908, as president of New England Genealogical Society. There it is, artdugan.com. Go to the home page, on bottom left, punch Trowbridge history, and can see all quite easily. It goes back to Adam, to everyday people, all the way back to them, and up to everyday people. It's got my name in it. And here's the next one. The Spear of Destiny was owned by Charlemagne, and the world has yet seen the real spear for his hidden period. In 1958, it was transferred from spiritual people to the true owner, which he buried. The true owner is the offspring of Charlemagne, actually the 40th generation from the Holy Roman King. 40 divided by 6 is 6.666, and 40 is by far the biggest number in the Bible. All good kings ruled for 40 years, as Charlemagne, Augustus, David, Solomon. 40 is the biggest number by far. Let's go to the next one. Charlemagne was born 748, 814. The great triple tetrad was from 748 to 814. 66-year-long, 3 tetrads. He was born just days before the first one, April, and died just before the last, September, October. His 40th offspring, born 1949 to 2015, was also born in the only other triple tetrad from 1949 to 2005. He was born just before the second on 9/23. I think the second one was, I don't know what day, I think it was 9/28 or 10/1 or whatever. I'm not real sure. Might have been 10/7 on that particular year. I'd have to look it up. Sorry, I can't remember that. And was to die 9/22. 2015, I take that back. That's wrong. To die, and I've already punched it up, 9/27. See, 22 is fall equinox and everything. I obviously pushed the wrong number. To die 9/27, because that's when the last part of the triple tetrad was. At 66 years, just like King Charlemagne, and 4 days, as you see. See if I won't go from 9/23 to 9/27 is 4 days. And I just got a little overwork. I make mistakes all the time. He refused to ascend Pinnacle Peak, Washington, in front of Mount Rainier. Now, what's your most special mountain out there? Mount Rainier. And Pinnacle Peak, Pinnacle is the top of everything, is right on the south side of it. To watch as the last 12th blood moon rose over the peak known as Unicorn Peak. And I can tell you this, that Michael, the 40th son of King Charlemagne, has seen, witnessed, touched, and spoken to a unicorn. The speaking was in telepathy. He met a young unicorn who was still fawn and had not turned white. A small pony, the size of a small pony, because it was a young unicorn. The unicorn he saw was kind of at the same age that he was, because he was 11 years old. 1960 was when he hallucinated a unicorn and went over in a spell, not understanding what he was seeing, but yet becoming a part of it. Okay, Unicorn Peak. For he was petrified he would be taken. Yeah, get on Pinnacle Peak, he was really worried that he was going to pass. That he was going to be taken, or he was going to have some sort of battle with some sort of spiritual force on top of Pinnacle Peak. He was petrified. He was petrified he would be taken, and his mission had not been finished. His initiation had not been finished, just like Jesus Christ. I have come for an initiation, and oh, how I wish it was already done. Who amongst us has not come here for an initiation? Oh, yes, you have. We are all here for an initiation. Don't think that's not the truth, because you could be pretty much wrong. And not been finished. He begged for continuance, for he felt he had not fulfilled his destiny. It was obviously granted. Like unto another king in the Bible, it tells you that you can ask for a continuance. You can. And it might be afforded you. Humble yourself. Know your weaknesses. And beg if you need to. An extension, like another king, an extension, but that was almost 6 years ago. So how long was his extension, and what did he not finish? People, go to the Bible and find out which king it was that was given an extra length of time to live, and see how long that was. Yeah, that's a good study program for you. Find out the king's name and how much longer he lived after it was granted him. And you may find out that this man's extension is almost over. And here the last one, and it only has to do because of Otto. You saw his title, he was going to talk to us about Otto. Well, let's do the other Otto. Otto Warmbier. Beer is a coffin stand. So, Otto Warmbier is a warm coffin stand. And that's exactly how he came back from North Korea, which is exactly what he was coming home. Died at the exact time frame from the summer solstice as the exact time frame he was laid in the ground in his coffin. Go check it out, people. You can do it yourself. Exact time frame. To the minute. And I got some other exact time frames to give you, but right now you ain't getting them. The Father is showing all sorts of things on planet Earth, and none see. Otto is the most perfect anagram of possibly any word. Look at it. Look at it. Look at Otto. How is that not an anagram? And a most perfected anagram. And what anagram can you figure out that's bigger and better than that one? Huh? It is said that King Otto, after Charlemagne, also had the Spear of Destiny. Don't know. But no one after that ever really had the true spear. Those that transferred the spear in 1958 did so because the hiding place they thought had been compromised and could not bear the responsibility, so they gave it to Charlemagne's 40th son. It was said to him, "We have brought this to you, for many are seeking to steal it and rule the world. For that is what is said, that whomever is in possession of it would rule the world." And you see what they're marking out, people. This is the history books. That's what it says. I'm writing down what it said. And these people are marking that shit out because they don't want you to know the truth. They don't want you to think for yourself. They don't want you to be a real person. They want you to be a puppet. They want to pull your strings. They want to own you. What part of this don't you people understand? Be careful for the magic. Is that where I was at? I thought so. And they were quite worried. Be very careful, for the magic it possesses is beyond imagination and is truly deadly. Yeah, truly deadly. These people whom pass this spear on would not touch it, but could hold it in the blanket. For when Michael sought to hand it over to the male participant, that man immediately backed up and looked worried that he might defile this most sacred of all things, the spear which pierced the side of Christ is most sacred, and only one other thing could be more sacred, and that's the shroud. The shroud, which is real. I assure you it is real. Look at what they marked out. They always marked out the truth, for Satan owns the internet. Now, as you see, I haven't commented on that. Why? Because I found out that if I get off this page here and come back in 15 minutes, only 15 minutes, sometimes maybe even sooner, that my comments are gone. Quite a few of them. Edited, this and that. Yeah, so here, let me comment. Boom, it did comment. Boom, 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 boom. So now you know. How long that's going to stay up, I have no idea. But I think I've made one video, and I did fix it. I came back home after about 15 minutes or something like that, and proved beyond any shadow of a doubt that almost all of them were marked out. You know, when you get these lines here, you can bet your sweet ass that somebody's watching. I mean, some sort of computer is programmed. You know, and like I said, if I had commented over there and gotten off the page, for some reason when I'm on the page, it locks it in, and all they can do is mark words out. They can't erase my comments until I get off the page. So people, I'm trying to teach you what's going on here too. I'm trying to teach you about the computer. I'm trying to teach you about the programs. I'm trying to teach you about the assholes that want to control you, abuse you, make you into puppets, and one day chain you and maybe let you play the guillotine routine. You all know the guillotine routine, don't you? Especially set up for Christians like you and me. Especially. I guarantee you that these left idiots in the United States of America, as soon as they overthrow the government and can get enough power, they will institute all the old army compounds, and they will institute their rage against man, and they will try to chain and kill us all. It's that simple. don't believe it. So don't believe the truth. You all have a nice forever. And you know, I always say that, but no one ever says it to me. Now, I do catch a person every now and then and say, oh, yeah. And they will even laugh. Oh, yeah, have a nice forever. They think it's funny. But hey, have a nice today. Have a nice weekend. That's all you're offering me? One day? One weekend? That's all you're offering me? That's all you want me to have is one nice day? What the fuck is that about? Yes, sirree. You all be good. Take care, and have a great forever. So here's another video. I'm putting comments on everything. You're not going to like this one either. Comes from this real great preacher named Dr. Gene Kim. Satan will kill you. He goes through his thing, but, you know, YouTube won't let me show anything, so I'm not going to. I don't want this axed out. They're going to get me on what I say anyway.